Welcome back, everyone, to another deep dive. Today we are going super in-depth on Etsy.
Ooh, Etsy.
For all of you out there, maybe with some, crafting skills, you want to make it into a business. We're going to figure out how to do that.
Love it.
We're going to be looking at some research we have from a bunch of different sources about how to do this.
Cool.
We're going to, figure out if you should be on Etsy, how to pick the right product, and, how to actually turn a profit.
Yes.
Like, if you make a $20 product, how much of that is actually profit?
Right.
We're going to cover all that and more.
People want to know that. You want to see the money, right?
Yeah.
So Etsy itself, it's really fascinating.
Okay.
It's not just like an online marketplace.
Right.
It's like this whole movement about like craftsmanship,
Yeah.
So with like over 90 million active buyers on Etsy.
90 million.
Yeah, it's huge.
That's insane.
It's way bigger than any like local craft fair you could go to.
Yeah.
You're really putting yourself out there globally.
Okay, so you've convinced me. I want to be on Etsy.
Okay.
What should I be making?
Okay.
I see jewelry, home decor, personalized gifts.
Yeah, those are good, popular for sure.
Right.
But, standing out is really what's key.
Okay.
And for that, you got to find your niche.
Okay.
So you could do like some really cool handcrafted stationery,
Okay.
maybe with like unique designs or natural handmade beauty products.
Okay.
Etsy shoppers, they really like that one-of-a-kind stuff.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and so finding your niche, that's like the first step to, really getting them interested.
Okay, so I got to find my niche.
Yep.
But then setting it up online, that sounds kind of scary.
It's not bad, actually. Etsy has a very like user-friendly platform.
Okay.
So you just register your account, set up the shop, add your products, figure out the shipping, and then set up your payment stuff.
Oh, so it's like 5 steps.
Yeah, like 5 steps and you're good to go.
5 steps. Okay. All right, I can do 5 steps.
Exactly.
But what about photos?
Photos are super important.
Because I want it to look nice online.
Right, because they can't like touch it or anything, right? So
Yeah.
your photos got to be good, got to be high quality.
Okay.
Use natural lighting, take pictures from a lot of angles.
Okay. Yeah.
So they can really see it, see how great it is.
They can see the craftsmanship.
Exactly.
Okay, so I've got my shop set up, taking some nice
I
pictures.
love it.
Now, how do I get people to actually see it?
Okay, so this is where we get into the SEO.
SEO, yeah, that always sounds so complicated.
I know, but think of it like a treasure map.
Okay.
It's leading buyers to your shop.
Okay.
So keywords, those are key.
Right.
Etsy has a keyword tool you can use. It'll show you what people are searching for.
So I can see what people are actually typing in.
Yep.
Cool.
And you want to pick ones that have high search volume, so lots of people are looking for it,
Yeah?
but low competition.
So that I actually show up.
Right. Exactly. It's like finding like a hidden gem. That's what you want.
A little hidden gem, yeah.
And then you put those keywords in your titles, your descriptions, and tags.
And tags. I always forget about tags.
Tags are important.
How many are there?
You get 13 per product, so use them all up.
13, okay.
Yeah, it's like putting up extra signs that point right to you.
Gotcha.
But it's not just keywords,
Okay.
Got to make the description sound good, too.
Yeah, I guess it can't just be a list of words.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so the shop is looking good. Keywords are in.
All right.
I'm ready to sell.
Awesome.
Now I need customers.
So true.
I see marketing things like social media, email, even influencer collaborations.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Where do I even start?
Let's start with content marketing.
Content marketing, what's that?
A lot of people don't do it, but it can be really good. So, you could start a blog.
A blog?
Yeah, and you could share, like, crafting tips,
Knock it out.
maybe some DIY projects.
Yeah.
Or even, like, behind-the-scenes stuff about how you make your products.
Oh, so people can get to know you.
Yeah, and they can see how much you love it.
Okay, I like that.
And then you're not just selling, you're giving them something, too.
Right, like I'm an expert.
Exactly.
Cool. Okay, so I'm going to blog. What about all the other stuff?
So think of social media and email, like, as megaphones.
Oh.
They help you reach more people. Like Instagram is great for pictures. Facebook, you can talk to people and get followers.
Yeah.
And Pinterest is great for like inspiration and ideas.
Yeah.
And then email, that's how you talk to your loyal customers.
Directly.
Yeah, you can tell them about new stuff or sales.
Okay, so I need to be on those.
It can really help.
Now, influencer collaborations, do those really work?
They can be great
Okay.
because it's like having a friend recommend your stuff.
Okay.
But it has to be someone your audience already likes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then they're more likely to buy from you.
Okay, so how do I find these influencers?
We can get into that a little later, but there's also Etsy ads.
Etsy ads, like on Etsy itself.
Yeah, so you can promote your products right there on the site.
Oh, okay.
It can help get your products seen, especially when you're just starting.
So people who are already looking for stuff on Etsy will see my stuff.
Exactly.
Okay, that's good.
And then, you attract all these customers,
Right.
but how do you make sure they're happy and come back?
Right, because it can't just be a one-time thing.
Exactly. So customer service is really important.
Okay, customer service.
Yeah, it's not just about selling,
No.
it's about building those relationships.
Right.
So respond to messages quickly. Make it personal,
Okay.
Like maybe a handwritten thank you note or a little extra something with their order.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, those little things can really make a difference.
People like that personal touch.
Exactly.
Okay, so I messaged them back, sent a nice thank you.
Yeah.
But what if something goes wrong?
Like a package gets messed up or something.
Yeah.
You got to be honest and professional.
Okay.
Just explain what happened and then offer them a solution.
Right.
It shows that you care about fixing it
Yeah.
because you don't want a bad review.
No, those are bad.
So you want to try to turn it into a good experience, even if something goes wrong.
So it's like damage control.
Yeah, kind of.
Turn that frown upside down.
Exactly.
And then, once I've impressed them with my amazing product and customer service, can I ask for a review?
Yes. Reviews are like gold.
Okay.
They make your shop look good, know?
Yeah.
And other people are more likely to buy from you if you have good reviews.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's like word of mouth, but online.
Right.
So we talked about setting up the shop, marketing, customer service.
Yeah.
But what happens when it takes off?
Okay, that's a good question.
How do you handle it when you're getting a lot of orders and everything?
And not get overwhelmed.
Right.
Okay.
So this is where scaling comes in.
Scaling.
Yeah, you got to think strategically about how you're going to grow.
Okay.
So maybe you start making more products based on what people like.
So I'm looking at what's selling well.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Or maybe you add new designs or different versions of your products.
Yeah, to keep things fresh.
Right. And as you grow, you got to make your process really efficient.
Efficient.
Yeah. So you're not working so hard.
Work smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you can make templates or get tools that help you.
Okay.
Or even pay someone to do some of the work for you.
Okay. So I don't have to do everything myself.
Right. It frees up your time so you can focus on the creative stuff.
Right. That's the fun part.
And don't forget about events.
Like craft fairs.
Yeah. Or online markets.
Oh, okay.
It's a good way to get your name out there.
Okay. So I'm marketing, I'm scaling.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I got to make money.
Got to pay the bills.
Right. So let's talk about Etsy fees.
Okay. They keep it pretty simple. So
Okay.
you have listing fees. Those are 20 cents per listing transaction fees, which are 6.5% of what you sell, including shipping.
Okay.
And then payment processing fees, that depends, but it's usually around 3% plus a little bit more for each transaction.
Okay. So let's break it down.
Okay.
I sell something for $20.
Okay.
How much do I actually make?
So 20 cents for the listing, $1.30 for the transaction,
Okay.
and let's say 85 cents for processing.
Okay.
So that's about $2.35 in fees.
Can I make that drum roll, please?
Yeah.
$17.65.
There you go.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
But that doesn't include materials or shipping?
Right. That depends on your product and where you are.
Okay.
But the cool thing is you can set your own prices on Etsy.
Okay, so I have control over that.
Yeah. So you have to figure out a price that makes you money,
Right.
but is also fair to customers.
Makes sense.
Yeah. It's all about finding that sweet spot.
It's a balancing act.
For sure.
Okay, so I think our listener probably has one big question right now.
The one they've been waiting for.
Yes. How much can I actually earn?
Right. Everyone wants to know that.
Like, is this just side hustle money, or can I actually live off this?
That's the million-dollar question.
Really?
And the great thing about Etsy is it's really up to you.
Okay.
Some people just use it to make some extra cash.
Okay.
Others do it full time. And some people even build whole businesses with employees and everything.
Wow, that's amazing.
It is.
So there's potential.
Lots of potential.
But it depends on how much work I put in.
Yeah, and how good your products are.
Right.
You got to have passion.
Yeah, it's not a get-rich-quick scheme.
No, definitely not.
But if you work hard, you can really make it work.
Exactly.
Okay, so before we wrap up this first part of the deep dive, I want to talk about something really cool about Etsy.
Okay.
The focus on handmade.
Yeah.
In a world of, factories making everything.
Right.
What is it about handmade that people still love?
That's a good question.
What do you think?
I think people really want things that are unique,
No.
Authentic, one-of-a-kind,
Yeah.
handmade items. They have a story.
Yeah.
They feel personal.
Yeah.
It's not like something you just buy in a store.
Right. It's special.
Exactly.
So for people buying,
Yeah.
what do you think it is about handmade that they like?
Well, I think it's about finding something that shows who they are, you know?
Okay.
Something that matches their style or what they believe in.
Mm-hmm.
They want something that's not just pretty or useful,
Yeah.
but also means something to them.
Yeah, it's like an expression of themselves.
Exactly.
And for the people making the stuff,
Yeah.
it's got to be more than just a job.
It is. It's about sharing their passion.
Yeah.
You know, showing their creativity and connecting with people who appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's about building a community around something they love
That's really cool.
and making people happy with what they make.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
So Etsy is like this whole ecosystem
Yeah, it is.
of creativity and connection.
Exactly.
Okay, we've covered a lot in this first part.
We have?
But before we move on,
Okay.
I want to leave you with a question.
Ooh.
A question.
Yeah, so we've talked about Etsy,
Mm-hmm.
but now let's talk about you.
Okay.
What special skills and passions do you have
Ooh.
that you could turn into an Etsy shop?
I like it.
What are you hiding that the world needs to see?
Everyone's got something.
Yeah, something special.
You just gotta find it.
Okay, so think about that.
Think about it.
We'll be back with more Etsy goodness in just a bit.
Can't wait. That's a good question to think about.
Yeah, what are you good at?
What are you passionate about?
You know, maybe you make amazing scarves.
Ooh, yeah.
Or you paint pet portraits.
Those are popular.
Or, you fix up old furniture.
Upcycling. Yeah.
Whatever it is, Etsy's a good place to sell it.
It is. There's a whole world of buyers out there.
And the cool thing is,
Yeah.
you can start small.
You don't have to go all in right away.
Right, you can kind of test the water.
Exactly. See what people like.
Okay, so I've got my product idea.
Okay.
Now, how do I price it?
Pricing. That's the big question.
It is, because I want to make money.
Of course.
But I don't want to scare people away with high prices.
Right. It's a balance.
So how do I find that sweet spot?
Well, one way is to do the cost plus method.
Cost plus, what's that?
So you figure out how much it costs to make your stuff.
Like the materials and my time?
Yeah, all of that.
Okay.
And then you add a percentage on top for profit.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's simple, but it doesn't always work perfectly.
Why not?
Because handmade items, they're special.
Right. It's not just a factory-made thing.
Exactly. There's more value to it than just the cost of materials.
Yeah. So how do I account for that?
You can try value-based pricing.
Value-based pricing. Okay.
So you think about what your product does for the customer.
What it does for them.
Yeah, like what problem does it solve?
Okay.
How does it make them feel? What makes it special and unique?
So it's like I'm selling more than just the product.
Exactly. You're selling the whole experience.
Okay, I like that.
And that lets you charge more.
Because it's worth more.
Right, because it's not just about the cost of making it.
Okay, so how do I know if my prices are good?
Do some research.
Research.
Yeah, look at other Etsy shops that sell similar stuff.
Okay.
See what they're charging.
Okay.
Pay attention to their descriptions, their photos, their branding.
Okay.
It'll give you an idea of what people are willing to pay.
So it's like checking out the competition.
Exactly.
Okay, but what if I get lost in the sea of Etsy shops?
Remember your niche.
Oh yeah, my niche.
That's what makes you stand out.
Right, because I'm not trying to sell everything.
Exactly. You're the expert in your specific thing.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
It should.
But what about those people who always want the cheapest thing?
You know, the bargain hunters.
Yeah, how do I compete with them?
Tell your story.
My story.
Yeah, let people know why you make what you make.
Okay.
What inspires you, how you do it.
So they connect with me.
Exactly. It's not just a transaction, it's a connection.
Okay, people like that.
They do. It makes your products more special.
Okay, I'm feeling good about pricing now.
Good.
But what happens when my shop gets really busy?
That's a good problem to have.
It is, but it also sounds stressful.
It can be, so you gotta scale smart.
Scale smart, okay.
Think about how you can make your process more efficient.
Efficient, yeah, we talked about that.
Like maybe you can make templates for some things,
Okay.
or invest in tools that help you work faster,
Okay.
or even hire someone to help you with certain tasks.
So I can focus on the creative stuff.
Exactly.
Okay, I like that.
And what about all those repetitive tasks?
Like answering messages and packing orders.
Yeah, those can be time-consuming.
They can.
There are apps and tools that can automate some of that stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they can answer customer questions, print shipping labels, even track your inventory.
So I don't have to do it all manually.
Right, it frees up your time and energy.
Okay, automation is my friend.
It can be a lifesaver.
Any other tips for scaling?
Think about different ways to make money.
Like what?
Maybe you teach workshops,
Oh, what?
or sell digital products like patterns or tutorials,
Okay.
or even collaborate with other businesses.
So I'm not just relying on Etsy sales.
Right. It gives you more stability and
Yeah.
options.
Okay, that's smart.
It's all about thinking creatively.
I'm feeling inspired.
Good. That's the goal.
So you've worked with a lot of Etsy sellers.
I have.
What's the one piece of advice you give everyone?
Don't be afraid to try new things.
Okay.
Experiment. Make mistakes. Learn from them.
So it's okay to mess up.
It is. That's how you get better.
That's reassuring.
Etsy is all about being creative and adapting.
I don't have to be perfect right away.
No, not at all.
I like that.
It's about the journey, you know?
Yeah, the journey.
Enjoy the process.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about the business side of Etsy. But let's go back to that feeling of handmade.
Yeah, that special something.
Why do people love it so much?
I think it's because they crave something real.
Real.
Something authentic, something with a story.
Yeah, something that's not mass-produced.
Exactly. Handmade items, they have a soul, you know?
They do. It's like you can feel the person who made it.
Right. It's like a piece of their heart and soul is in it.
And in a world where everything feels so impersonal.
Yeah, everything's made by machines.
That connection to the maker is really special.
It is. It makes you feel good.
So for the people buying handmade,
Yeah.
it's more than just a product.
It's a statement.
Okay, a statement.
They're saying they care about quality.
Mm.
They appreciate the skill and time it took to make it.
Yeah.
And they want to support small businesses and independent creators.
It's like they're part of something bigger.
Exactly. It's a community.
And for the sellers, it's got to be more than just a job.
It is. It's a way of life.
Yeah, it's an outlet for their passion.
Yeah. They get to express themselves through their work.
And they connect with people who appreciate it.
It's a beautiful thing.
It really is.
It's about creating something beautiful and meaningful.
And sharing that with the world.
Exactly.
Okay, I think we've given our listeners a lot to think about.
I hope so.
But before we move on to the last part of our deep dive,
Okay.
I want to leave you with one more question.
Another question.
Yeah, we've talked about Etsy in general,
Mm-hmm.
but now it's time to focus on you.
Okay, here we go.
What unique skills and talents do you have?
What are you hiding?
That could become a successful Etsy shop.
What's your story?
What do you want to share with the world?
Yeah, what are you passionate about?
Yeah, don't hold back.
What do you love to make?
Maybe it's knitting, you know, those cozy scarves everyone loves.
Oh yeah, scarves are always popular.
Or pet portraits, those are big on Etsy.
Yeah, those are cute.
Or maybe you're into, like, refinishing furniture, giving those old pieces a new life.
Upcycling, yeah, that's really cool. It is, and people love that handmade touch.
Yeah, it's unique.
Exactly, and Etsy is the perfect place to share your creations, no matter what they are.
It's like a global craft fair.
It is, and the best part is you're not alone.
Oh yeah, the Etsy community, right.
Exactly. There are tons of other sellers who are happy to help.
So it's not as intimidating as it seems.
Not at all. Everyone's super supportive.
But I have to admit, I'm still scared of failing.
Failure, yeah, that's a common fear.
What if I put all this work in and no one buys anything?
It's understandable to worry about that.
It is. It feels risky.
But think of it this way.
Okay.
Etsy is like a testing ground.
Yeah.
You can try out different things, see what works.
Yeah.
It's all about learning and growing.
So even if I don't make $1 million right away,
Right, even if it's not an instant success.
it's still a valuable experience.
Exactly. You'll learn so much along the way.
Okay. That makes me feel better.
And remember, you don't have to do everything perfectly from the start.
Yeah. I can take it slow.
Exactly. Start small, focus on a few things, and build from there.
Okay. Small steps.
As you get more comfortable, you can expand and try new things.
And if I need help, there are resources, right?
Oh yeah, tons of resources.
Like what?
Online courses, communities, mentors, other Etsy sellers who are happy to share their tips.
So it's like having a whole support system.
It is. You don't have to go it alone.
That's good to know.
And remember, time management is key.
Oh yeah. Time management. That's always a struggle.
It is, especially if you have a job and other responsibilities.
Right. Like family, life, all that stuff.
Exactly. So you got to find those pockets of time,
Okay. Pockets of time.
even if it's just an hour here or there.
Yeah. Every little bit helps.
It does. And as you start seeing progress, it'll motivate you to keep going.
Okay. I can do that.
You got this.
All right. I think we've given our listeners everything they need to get started on Etsy.
I think so too. We've covered a lot.
But before we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave them with one final thought.
A little inspiration to send them off.
Exactly.
Okay, I love a good inspirational ending.
So to all our listeners out there, remember this.
You are capable of amazing things.
You have talents and skills that the world needs.
Don't be afraid to share them.
Don't let fear hold you back.
Take that leap of faith.
Start that Etsy shop.
And who knows, maybe we'll be featuring your success story in a future deep dive.
That's the dream.
It could be you.
That's all for today's deep dive.
Thanks for joining us.
We hope you feel inspired to unleash your creativity and start your Etsy journey.
Go make something awesome.
We'll see you next time for another deep dive.
Bye, everyone.